What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Police corruption is something that we don't really talk about on this channel because many of the guys that are on my channel, we're understanding that, we do have criminals in our community. We do know that illegal activities occur. But on the other side of the fence, we have knowledge that the police also are involved in illegal practices. Some of them, they shoot people unarmed. Just last week, there was a story that broke in Philadelphia with Officer Tyree Burnett, who was caught deleting video from a man's cell phone during the arrest. Okay? And that's happening all over the United States. We talked about many of those cases here, but then in the city of Baton Rouge, which is what we're talking about today, people like Alton Sterling, his family was recently awarded 2 days ago $4.5 million for the wrongful shooting of Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge. And today we're talking about a man who is named Victor Welton. Now, I got this story. Mr. Welton is a native of California, and he's been living in Baton Rouge for some time now, it appears. And he was arrested last May with some interesting charges. And those charges were that Mr. Welton had some young ladies traveling from Louisiana area to California, where he was from, and they were distributing fentanyl. But the way that they would do it is they would take the fentanyl, put the fentanyl in the vagina, and then get through the security measures, get on the plane back to Baton Rouge, and that's how the operation was running and like that. And then he was arrested. But interestingly enough, if this was the evidence that they had, it appears that the Baton Rouge Police Department made a somewhat of a mistake, okay? And the reason is there's a video, and I'll play a little bit of it. There is a narcotics officer by the name of Tanner Jenkins, okay? He's interviewing another man who was arrested, okay? The man that was arrested, you'll hear what he's talking about. I'm just gonna give you guys the layman's term. The man that was arrested, his wife is also a police officer, okay? His wife works for, I believe, Angola State Prison, all right? Now, during the day that Mr. Welton was arrested, a suburban shows up to his house. He was arrested, okay? Now, according to this man, he doesn't know Victor at all, doesn't know Victor Welton at all, doesn't know the guy. But this man is telling the police that the only way that I know Mr. Welton was because I was locked up with him. All right. Now they're telling the guy, pressuring the guy during the conversation, listen, you need to give up Mr. Welton because you know him. This is, we'll give you some time. All your friends are snitching. And he's telling the guy, the only way I know him is because you guys locked me up. You arrested me. I didn't have anything. All right. The gun that you guys see is my wife's gun. It's registered to her. The only way that I know him is because I saw him in jail, and that's the first time that I spoke to him, okay? What has been brought out about the Baton Rouge Police Department is they arrested Mr. Wilson, brought the evidence from the so-called evidence from the evidence room, then went into the home of Mr. Welton, placed the items there, okay? Because when the initial arrest happened, there was not these items there, okay? When they kicked in the door and raided, all that, okay? But then after he gets arrested, okay, they go back and then they find his stuff, all right? This is an example of police misconduct, all right? Now, if this is absolutely true, I would not doubt it because the city of Baton Rouge has had these problems before. How do you do something like that? How do you lock somebody up, all right? Then take the evidence and go put it into the guy's home and then bring it out, okay? Now, the NAACP, is getting involved in this. But I want you guys to listen to some of the conversation here because it's quite interesting. I won't play all of it, but the man being interviewed is a brother by the name of Ladnell Womack. He's also from Baton Rouge. Now, the person asking the questions that you guys will hear, that's the officer, all right? And then time and time again, they're trying to tell him, you need to give this guy up, you need to give this guy up. The guy is telling him, I don't know the guy. I only met the guy when y'all locked me up with him, all right? Now, let's go ahead and play a clip of that.
From my neighbor down the street, he like, man, they got a white truck. It just parked in my yard, man. Well, in front of my house is a dually truck. He like, they got some white boys and they just sitting out there. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, I'm finna walk out there and see. So I raise up my garage and I walk out there. And when I walk out there, they just get their cones. When they see me look down there, they just get their cones, put them on the back of the truck, and then they leave. They make a little loop and leave. They don't come down the street where I can see them. They just make the little loop and leave. So I'm like, golly. So I'm like, I ain't really look straight. So, you know, I carried on with my day, how I normally carried on with it. And then, you know, it's the next day now. My wife, she worked nights. She was working in Angola. So she get out work. She come in. I'm just getting up from the start of my day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we take a shower, whatever. We talk, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I'm like, I'm finna go. I go out there to my garage, crank my car up. I look down the street. I don't see nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I go back in the house, wake my son up and tell him to be ready to start getting dressed around 10:30 because he got to go to his graduation at 11. The coronavirus just started, like, you know, so, you know, they doing drive-through graduations and all that. It's quarantine. It just had started. So, you know, I can get up, continue on with my day, move how I move or whatever. So the next morning, like when, that's when I'm starting off when my wife got out of work. And I tell my son that. So I walk back out the garage. When I walk out the garage, I see the dually truck now. It's to my right, but it's like a little further down the street. So it just parked. It just pulled there and parked. So I'm just looking. I'm like, I wonder what they doing. So now I'm on the phone with my son, mom. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the graduation. So I'm looking down the street that way. And when I'm looking down the street this way, I see a gray Denali with like some black rims. They pulling this way. So when they pulling this way, you know what I'm saying? The dually truck, when I look at this truck and know this truck, the dually truck started coming down this way. So they hop out. I'm like, oh, you know, this the police. So they're like, what the drugs at? Whatever. I'm like, man, I don't got no drugs. Like, I'm like, what y'all talking about? Like, I'm lost. So they come in there or whatever. They search the house or whatever. My daddy and my girl, my wife, they had their money in the house. They was finna go to the auction. You know, we buy and sell cars or whatever. So they had like a couple of dollars there, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they checked the house or whatever. Boom. They kick in another door. You know what I'm saying? And they kick in another door. They kicked in like 3 doors. You know what I'm saying? Doors that I don't even be at. They kicked in 3 doors or whatever. They find something at one of the houses. They take, a chick to jail. They take me from my house. I don't know what they had. The other house was empty.
What they charged you with at your house?
At my house, they charged me with, let me see, possession, having something around the model, possession of promethazine and codeine, possession with intent to distribute promethazine and codeine.
So you heard what happened, okay? Now, I'm not trying to say, you know, any of these guys have not had problems before or whatever. I'm not dealing with that. What I'm dealing with is a lot of black men are in jail right now for police misconduct. You know, you see guys all the time who are getting out of prison 30, 40 years. They didn't do it. Okay. All they could tell somebody is, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, you didn't do this. So, you know, here's $30,000 a year for the, you know, for all the years you took off your life. And the guy is they're trying to make a guy, you know, tell on him when he said, I don't know the guy. You know, because let's say, for example, if he knew the guy and they was both facing some serious time, wouldn't he just tell? His wife is an officer of the law. His wife is, you know. But what you're seeing too on the other side, I know a lot of times we were too hard on some brothers, and I want to just say that. You have black men that also, the system was corrupt to them. You know, sometimes you have black men who went to jail for something they didn't do. Then you have the public defender, or as they call it in the black community, the public pretender. Oh man, you should take this deal you know, for 10 years, and you know, because you're gonna go to jail, you might as well take a deal because you ain't got no money. You know how many black men are sitting in jail right now because the public pretender then told them to take a deal they could have beat? It happens all the time. Then their life is ruined, they can't get no job and all that stuff. And the NAACP is involved in this. You know, people are involved in this because, you know, the city of Baton Rouge, hey man, they don't have the best record, you know, for, you know, doing the right things. Just gonna be honest, you know, and like I said, sometimes people will have it out for certain folks for whatever reason, you know, how they gonna get you. But listen, a lot of black men are in jail for something that they did not do. Okay? Or something that, hey, listen, they have very little knowledge of. Okay? And we want to act like, you know, oh, wait, you just a pookie, you just, hey, listen, that's not always the truth. All right? So I want to also say that. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe. Check out the first company at the top. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I hope that, you know, Mr. Wilson gets out, and you know, all, you know, those people are punished for the misconduct. I'm out. Peace.